Adam here from the Walser Automotive Group. What I want to do today is take you for a test drive, and this is the all-new 2024 Toyota Grand Highlander. So we'll look at a few interior options, see how it does on the open road, and see if this might be a great third-row SUV for you. Okay, so now we're in the Grand Highlander, and first things first, I've got my Apple CarPlay wirelessly hooked up, and I also have a wireless phone charger down here. We've always got our phones with us. There's a ton of USBs in this car. There's two in the front, one for the passenger, you've got the rear ones, and even in the third row, so everybody can keep everything charged up when you're on the go. But let's go for a little spin around. So my immediate impressions of the Grand Highlander, I thought it was going to be larger, and I assumed it was going to be just a little bit smaller than the Sequoia, but it's actually just a little bit larger than the Highlander. I mean, obviously the Grand Highlander is what you'd expect, and the biggest difference is that you're adding 6 inches for that third row. So now you can actually fit, I mean, I'm 6'1" and I fit in that back seat. With the regular Highlander, it's going to be a little tight for me. One of the other things that's pretty cool, in that second row, there's a bunch of adjustability, whether that's folding the seats down kind of flat or sliding them forward and back. You no longer have to unhook a child's seat. You can actually just slide the seat, everybody can crawl into the third row, and you're all set there. Now there's a few different options. There is a captain's chair option or the bench like we have here today. So now the XLE that we have here today is the all-wheel drive, and this is kind of where it starts as far as trim levels are concerned. So this is gonna be, I mean, only up from here, right? So we've got 3 different engine options. You're gonna have your standard 2.4 turbo, which is what this one is. Then there goes to the next level up would be the 2.5 hybrid. And then from there, you would go to the hybrid max. So that would be the 2.4 hybrid system. So between the 3 engine options, the one I'm probably gonna look at is gonna be the hybrid, the mid-level hybrid. The hybrid max is gonna give you definitely more get up and go, but again, there is a little bit more of a price tag to go with that one, and that's only offered in the highest trim levels. So as we merge out onto the road here, one thing to note is this is gonna have Toyota Safety Sense 3.0. So what does that mean? That's gonna keep you and your family very safe when you're on the road. Things like blind spot monitoring, accident avoidance collision, there's gonna be rear cross traffic alert, there's also safe exit alert. There's a ton of different cool safety in here that is absolutely gonna make sure you're safe when you're on the open road. One of the coolest things is the adaptive cruise control. So if that's something you haven't had before, it's an excellent feature. It lets you set a distance, kind of 4, 3, 2, 1, and it will keep that speed for you on the highway. So if you're eating up a bunch of miles or you're going to the cabin for the weekend, it's a great feature to have. Now this also has a few different drive modes. So it's mud and sand, rock and dirt, there's a snow, a sport mode if you feel like getting a little zippy with it. But I mean, overall the eco mode is gonna help you save the most fuel, and probably be normal or eco is where I think most of the time driving is gonna be spent. Now on our infotainment screen, this is awesome. There's a great backup camera in there. You've got, like I said, your wireless Apple CarPlay or Android Auto, so it just makes it easy when you're on the road. And also your gauge cluster, it's actually a full digital gauge cluster. So you can go through there, kind of keep an eye on everything, whether it's your safety stuff, your fuel levels, all of that good stuff is housed right there, and it's right on the steering wheel. So you're not messing around with stuff when you're on the road, which is one of the best things. So again, the XLE, kind of like I said, this is where it all starts, but the seats are super comfortable. Now, every kind of manufacturer has their different soft text or star text or all these different text materials, but I mean, you'd be fooled into thinking this wasn't kind of a plush leather. It's not real leather, but they are heated seats, and they're super comfortable, and they're really easy to clean. If you spill pop in here, if the kids spill food in the back, it's very easy to wipe that up, and it won't stain, and it seems to wear pretty well compared to leather. So the overall ride and drive, I don't feel like I need more power. Again, this is the 2.4 turbo. Obviously, the fuel economy is going to improve to the hybrid, so that's kind of why I like that powertrain a little bit more. But I mean, overall, it's very quiet in here. It's very comfortable. I've spent a lot of time in the Toyota pickup trucks, but not as much in the SUVs. But I mean, this doesn't drive, the Sequoia feels like it drives like a large Tundra or like a large SUV. This feels like it drives like a smaller vehicle than it actually is, if that kind of makes sense. But I mean, overall, quiet, comfortable, technology's great in here. Everything is right where you want it to be. And if you don't need a host of technology, you're not looking for the top of the line 360 cameras or cooled seats, all that stuff, this one is more than capable for day-to-day use, whether you're running around town, going to work, have the kids with you. I mean, It's awesome. This is definitely a vehicle you have to add to your third row SUV list. So that third row does fold flat, which is going to be really nice. You can fit something like 7 standard airline bags in the back without folding down the third row. So when you do take that down, if you've got any large items, you can definitely haul those around, or you can flip one side down. I mean, there's a ton of different ways you can configure storage or moving stuff with keeping people in here. It's great. It's very usable every day and very comfortable. So let's talk for a quick second about pricing. Now it's going to start in the mid 40s, kind of the 44, 45 MSRP, and it's going to go all the way up to kind of the high 50s, depending on if you're looking at the Hybrid Max and the Platinum or the Limited. It does get a little bit more expensive. But when you consider the standard new car price right now is just over $40,000, I mean, you're getting a lot of vehicle for that price. When you're looking at the XLE, whether it's the heated seats, the wireless CarPlay, the third row capability, I mean, it's a lot of equipment in this vehicle, and it's at a great price point to compete in the market. There's a lot of bang for your buck when looking at the XLE model. Now that was just a quick drive around in the all-new Grand Highlander. Now if you'd like more information or to come out and test drive one for yourself, you can visit us online at walsertoyota.com or stop by anytime. We'd be happy to help you out. Thanks for watching.